Good morning, everyone. For those who have never seen me before, I'm Marie Hayes. I'm your current president for 2020. So I want to welcome you to our County Leadership Awards and Board of Directors meeting. You're going to have to excuse me. I have my voice is going in and out. So if we could begin this morning with the Pledge of Allegiance. I know, John, you want to turn it towards the flag, please. Could we all stand? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all. I would like to have a moment of silence this morning, and I would like to dedicate it to everyone that we have lost this year, and also to the families that have been left behind, and just that our hearts go out to them. So please, a moment of silence. Thank you. I have to tell everyone, I feel a little naked without a mask right now. So, but this is a wonderful thing that I don't have to have one on. So I want to get into the recap of what this year has been like. And, you know, I have to tell you that I have always been humbled to sit in this position. I have never taken it lightly. So if I was asked to describe this past year in a word or two, I could not. No one could have expected what we were to encounter in 2020. Words that come to mind are uncertainty, fear, confusion, distress, apprehension, and sadness. As time went on, we began to see hope, bravery, and heroes, many who are on this call today. Serving as your president in these unprecedented times has been a true privilege and an honor for me. I can honestly say that anyone who does not see the worth of county government after this past year should take their heads out of the sand. County government became the shining star guiding our citizens in uncharted waters. The necessity to form testing centers, building bridges with local hospitals and healthcare agencies, working in cooperation with our municipalities and businesses were just a few of the areas. During our association meetings, each county discussed their own difficulties and dilemmas dealing with government viability, economic loss, educational dilemmas, and the well-being of our constituents. Without a doubt, this association and every one of our members work together. On a lighter note, who would have ever believed that working attire would turn out to be formal on top or pajama bottoms and sweatpants below? As I learned too late, no need to put on makeup if I could sit back far enough from the computer. My mask became a point of contention because it was always trying to coordinate it with my outfit. As the president, I would first like to thank Executive Director John Donadio and his staff for their continuous hard work to keep all of our members connected during this crisis. The never-ending stream of emails from John kept us all informed. Aside from reporting every day about the pandemic and things that would affect county government, John kept us abreast of all the issues that concern us as county leaders. The loss of our annual conference was made much easier by John's creation of online educational sessions. During my time as president, there were many phone calls that John and I shared. Many had to do with him talking me off the ledge or me talking him off the ledge. One of our biggest disappointments this year was the loss of our yearly in-person conference. As those who have attended in the past know, there was a great controversy over the lunch in past years. Well, I have a presentation to make to our past president, Mary Melfi. I hope you are on the call. Mary, I still have the cookie. Here it is from 2018. I'm going to have it mounted on a plaque just for you when I can give it to you in person. I have had the honor of serving with an excellent board. John, Terry, and Joe, thank you, and I am looking forward to being able to remain on the board as past president. However, John, after this year, I am so glad to just give you the reins of the organization. I am tired. What is so wonderful about this organization is the mentoring and camaraderie I have gained from being so honored to meet so many impressive people. One in particular I want to say thank you is John Young. You have not only been a mentor to me, but you have been a true friend. Today, as we honor you and all the others, it is so well deserved. As we embark into a new year, we can look back and be proud of what we have accomplished and what we have learned through a most trying year. As we have done in the past, let us set aside our differences, because if we work for the good of all, our differences really aren't that far apart. I am looking forward to being able to see you in person in the new year. Again, it has been my honor to serve as your president. Wishing you a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa season, and a new year filled with new hopes, new joy, and new beginnings. I can't thank you enough. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marie. I really appreciate that a great deal, and all your kind words throughout this year and support from you and our executive board. You've been the right leader at the wrong time, if that makes any sense for us. And I just appreciate, again, all of your support, your leadership, and certainly your friendship as well. It's really just, allowed us to navigate this very, very difficult year. So thank you, Marie. And of course, to the rest of our executive board as well, who talked me off the ledge more than I did you. I can promise you that. So, when we were thinking about doing, we do a year-end summit every year, and the past 3, 4, 5 years, we've covered some really heavy topics on the suicide crisis, on bail reform, on mental health issues, and other very difficult issues. And when we thought about doing a virtual one this year, this was a pretty crummy year. So we decided we wanted to end it on a very positive note and recognize our county leaders that have just done an incredible job of rising to a terrible occasion this year and end the year on a positive note, and hope that 2021 and build a foundation for a very positive 2021. We always have these awards or present these awards at our annual conference, and we like to keep it a surprise, and I'm very bummed that we can't keep it a surprise this year. But again, it's just an honor for us to present these awards this year. I've said this during our virtual workshops, and I mean this. I will take, for as long as I'm here, what I saw and how our county officials responded to COVID-19 was just incredible. I said it earlier, our counties have risen to the occasion. There, in times of crisis, in times of adversity, you see it, people either kind of fall to the wayside or they step up and they do what our county leaders across the state did. Not just our elected officials, but our administrators and all of our county professionals, from our county councils, our finance officers, our purchasing officials, our emergency management coordinators, our health officers. And if I'm missing anybody, I don't mean to, because it was moving for me to watch how county government responded and continues to respond, and the role that we need to play moving forward. So I'm honored and humbled to present these awards, and truthfully to be a part of the county government system. So with that, our first award is the Peter Palmer Business Associate of the Year Award, and that is presented every year to the business associate that just demonstrate tremendous support to this association. And this year's recipient has really just been a great friend to the organization over the years, particularly to our County Vocational Technical School Cook-Off Challenge, which I'm hoping we can get back to most likely in 2022. We have worked together on a number of other issues, regulations, legislative issues, and they have just been a terrific partner. And even, I can't even tell you the amount of times that I've been to their headquarters and had a tour of the FirstNet program and other types of brainstorming sessions that we've had with AT&T over the years. So this award for AT&T is really long overdue, and I'm very happy to present that. And this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to show you I'm going to hold up the award, and part of the deal of the award is I'm going to have to deliver to you in person. So I'm very happy that Althea Yancey from AT&T is here. And Althea, you are certainly welcome to say a few words. I see her. I see your picture. Well, thank you, Althea, and we will certainly get back to you if you jump back on. I know how incredibly busy you are, and thank you, personally, and Charlene Brown for all of your hard work and help and support over the years. Very, very much appreciated. As we're going through this, and after we present the award, if you'd like to say a few words about the recipient, we have some surprises later on. But if you'd like to say a word about the recipient, I think you have to raise your hand. If I don't see you, then you could put it in the chat box, and I will make sure to call on you. And you're welcome to say a few words about our recipients. So next up are our county service awards, and I love presenting these each year because for me, our county professionals, our purchasing officials, and I listed a number of them before. Our human service directors, our finance officers, et cetera, to me, are the lifeblood of this organization. Yes, our board of directors is made up of elected officials and county administrators who are certainly leaders and an influential part of this organization. But I think that we are effective as an advocacy group because we've developed relationships with our county professionals, and we rely on their subject matter expertise to testify in committee, to meet with legislators, and that carries a significant amount of weight. So I really take great pleasure in presenting these awards every year because the individuals that receive them, they, in addition to being leaders in their own right and with their own organizations, they really go over and above their normal course of duties to work with the association, whether that's testifying in committee, meeting with legislators, helping us on research, helping us to draft a position statement, helping us plan one of our events. We at NJAC know a little bit about a lot of different things and rely a great deal on this, our county professionals. So the first award, I'm going to present to somebody who might have been probably one of the first people that I met about 20 years ago when I was a legislative director, and we've remained, friends ever since. Lisa Cerny, who is the Director of Human Services for Gloucester County, and served under, many of you will remember, Helene Reed, who was Gloucester County President of NJAC, I think in 2005. And really, Lisa has just been someone who is passionate about the work that she does. She is a leader among her peers. I and our office rely on her on all human service matters, and truthfully, she is just continues to be a trusted resource and a friend. And when we had our summit last year on the suicide crisis, which I thought was one of the best workshops that we've ever, or events that we ever put on in terms of being informative, educational, and really moving. I couldn't have done it without Lisa, because I didn't really knew very little about the field, and Lisa really guided me and helped this organization put on, again, I think one of the best events that we ever held. So it is with great pleasure that I present my friend Lisa Cerny with a County Service Award. So Lisa, you are welcome to say a few words.
Thank you, John. Thank you, and thank you, the NJAC Board of Directors, for this very special recognition. I'm honored and humbled to receive this award. I'd also like to congratulate the other honorees that are being recognized today as well. I would like to thank our Gloucester County Board of Chosen Freeholders, led by Freeholder Robert Daminger, Frank DeMarco, our Deputy Director, and Jim Jefferson, our Freeholder Liaison to the Department of Health and Human Services that oversees my division and department, for all of their support and encouragement throughout the years. As John mentioned, I am a longtime county employee, so I've had many freeholders, and their support has been vital during this time. County Administrator Chad Bruner for giving me the opportunities to be involved in so many different types of programs, and our Deputy Administrator, as well as the Health and Human Services Director, Tammy Jones, for all of her guidance and support over the years is so greatly appreciated. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize and acknowledge my colleagues that make up the Human Services Directors Association. I am always in awe of your constant advocacy, making sure that those whose voices are either muffled or silenced are heard and not forgotten. I am proud to be a part of this collaboration and also to call you my friends. Being in the public sector is never easy, and this public health crisis has placed a spotlight on government and the human services delivery system. Folks that have never needed or asked for help now need it more than ever. We are the lighthouse, the reliable, steady beacon guiding our residents and friends and family so they can navigate this system onto a path to live the best life they can. Thank you again, and I wish everyone a safe, healthy, and enjoyable holiday season. Thanks, John, for all of your support. We, as an association, could not exist without the partnership and the advice and support from NJAC as well. So thank you, and we'll be in touch. I've got a few items that we need to talk about in 2021.
I know you do, Lisa, and I look forward to it, and I look forward continuing to work with you, and congratulations. This award is really long overdue, so congratulations again. Our next recipient is also someone who, again, you grow to rely on this individual for their subject matter expertise, their leadership. Is also a leader among her peers. I can tell you, over this past year, prior to COVID, and even during COVID, we had several conversations on legislation. That Ocean County Jail Warden Sandra Mueller made several trips to Trenton to meet with legislators, to testify before committee hearings, and the way that Warden Mueller conducted herself in a dignified, well thought out, and classy manner made a difference in when we testified in committee. And it's something that I appreciate and respected about her. She was appointed the first female jail warden. And I know Warden Mueller is very proud of this, to the Ocean County Jail in 2015. And remains a leader among her peers serving on the executive board of the New Jersey County Jail Wardens Association. So it is my pleasure to present this County Service Award to Ocean County Jail Warden Sandra Mueller. So Sandra, are you on the?
Hi, John. Can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you, Sandra.
We only see your forehead.
That's true, yeah.
She went back to mute.
Yeah, hey, Sandra, now we can't hear you. So,
okay, there I am. I just want to say thank you, if you can hear me now. I'm really honored to receive this award. I'm humbled by this award. I want to thank you, John, for all your support. I want to thank everyone in my county. This last year has been, the learning curve with the pandemic has been so fast and furious and continuous. The challenges we faced this past year were just unimaginable a year before. I have to thank the Ocean County freeholders, my administrator Carl Block, Julie Tarrant, Mike Fiore, because of their support through this to help keep Ocean County Jail safe during this hard time. It's just been a pleasure working with everybody, and I feel like everything we trained for in our careers just became so valuable and so went into play. So it's been an amazing experience. 2020 just was something I think we never could have imagined that we would go through. And I think we've done a really amazing job. So I would like to thank everybody for their support. I also would like to thank the New Jersey County Jail Wardens Association, because behind the scenes, we communicate every day. We all face the same challenges, and we supported each other and we learned from each other, and we're going to get through this. So I just want to thank everybody, and thank you again to New Jersey Association of Counties. And it's nice to see everybody, even if it's remotely. It's a pleasure. Thank you, and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Warden Mueller, and congratulations. And I look forward to hopefully some of the bills that we keep working on will eventually, go away. But I do look forward to continuing to work with you this year and well into next year. So I believe Mike Fiore in Ocean County has a message from Ocean County Freeholder Jack Kelly and the Ocean County Board of Chosen Freeholders. So Mike, you didn't shave though, Mike. I thought you were going to shave, and or is it double down December?
The problem with doing No Shave November is I need to set aside a few hours to now get rid of it, and we just haven't had time. So I'm hoping this weekend I'll get out the clippers and the razors or whatever else I need, and the Drano from when it clogs the drain. But it's driving me crazy. John, thank you very much. Freeholder Kelly was not able to join us today, but he did want me to read a statement for the warden. On behalf of Ocean County Freeholder Jack Kelly, our Director of Law and Public Safety, it is a pleasure to join with the New Jersey Association of Counties in recognizing Ocean County Jail Warden Sandra Mueller as she receives the County Service Award. Sandra became jail warden in 2015. However, before that, she had already been an outstanding employee of Ocean County for more than 3 decades working in corrections. She started her career with the county as a penal counselor in 1983, worked her way through the ranks, which included 4 promotions. Sandy has worked as Department Chief of Administrative Services starting in 1999, serving as second in command in the administration, management, and operations of the Department of Corrections. All this experience has made her an exemplary warden. She takes the time to review new programs for the betterment of our correction officers and also the inmates housed at our jail. She is diligent in overseeing the department's budget and also with the development and implementation of department policies and procedures. Sandra holds a master's in administrative sciences from Fairleigh-Dickinson University, a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology from Richard Stockton College, and is a certified public manager and certified jail manager. When you add up all of her years of experience, her educational background, her affiliations, there is no doubt she is deserving of this honor. All jail wardens across the state know this is far from an easy position. There are many challenges that come with overseeing a jail, and it can be difficult at times. Certainly 2020 brought its own set of unique challenges, and yet Sandra met those challenges, putting all of her skills to work. We're very, very proud of the work she has done throughout the state as a member of the New Jersey County Jails Warden Association, where she goes above and beyond as a resource and a mentor. Sandra, all of your peers and colleagues in Ocean County are very proud of you. We know how deserving you are of this award, and on behalf of the Ocean County Board of Chosen Freeholders, I, Freeholder Jack Kelly, want to congratulate you for a job well done. And John, if I could just add, the warden was being very humble and thanking all of us for support, but I have to be completely honest. The warden called us almost daily while we were here trying to decipher the rules coming out of the CDC, coming out of the state of New Jersey, dealing with executive orders that seem to be flying out every single hour, shutting things down, opening things up, putting in rules. She was asking the questions that she was anticipating would come up 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and I'm sure at times she felt she was alone on an island. But personally, if there's one person in this county who was able to handle her job and make sure that the correctional facility was run to perfection, she kept COVID out of our jails, and she did it with her leadership and with her staff's leadership. And I want to personally thank her because she alleviated a lot of the work that we would have had it done here in the administration. So we could not have done it without her. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Mike, and congratulations again, Lisa and Sandra. And I look forward to giving you the awards in person. So next up, this is a new award category for the association. And it's funny because we never, and intentionally never, recognized our county administrators because of the leadership role that we played. And we wanted to make sure that we recognize our county professionals, for all of their hard work. And honestly, the more I thought about it this year, the more I thought that it was a huge mistake, and had an opportunity to speak with Abe Anton and Terry O'Connor, who are the president and vice president of the County Administrators Association. And we decided that we wanted to recognize, the county administrators really that just epitomize the association, the County Administrators Association, for its role as leaders. I can tell you it is one of my favorite groups to work with. We meet and communicate on a regular basis. And honestly, this award presentation for the two individuals today is really long overdue. Now, I have to tell you that I had to flip a coin to decide who I was going to present the award to first, because if I didn't, then the one who got it first would never let the other live it down. So, but all kidding aside, the first award winner is Anthony DeNova, Passaic County Administrator, and Tony was one who really, it was his idea to form the County Administrators Association back in 2006. He was first appointed as county administrator in 2003, and we got to know each other and became, close then. And again, he thought that this was a great idea, and it really, really was. And he remains an integral part of that organization and positive influence on county administrators across the state of New Jersey. I can tell you that, again, I love what I do because I get to meet really, committed, smart people, professionals across the state, and he is beloved by his professional staff and his freeholder board. And I mean that. He is a brilliant administrator. He is innovative. His heart is always in the right place. He has really become the godfather of county administrators. And for me personally, he has been a role model, a mentor, and I, to this day, rely on, and will always rely on him for his advice and counsel. So it is with great pleasure that I present the first County Administrator Lifetime Achievement Award to Mr. Anthony DeNova.
Wow. I think he just found about 10 different ways to call me old. Thank you very much. As anyone knows, doing this job, you're never going to be successful doing it yourself. So, I have a great team here in Passaic County, led by my freeholder board, all of my directors, my division heads, and all of the staff. I couldn't do the job alone. They make me look good, and it was great to call this the Lifetime Achievement Award, because I feel like 2020 has been a lifetime. And it's I think aged us all. I think what it's done is, as Marie said earlier, and I'm really glad you said that, Marie, was, I think county government really shined this year. I think we've always done a good job, and I think we've always performed well, but I think people now see it and recognize it. And to that, I'm thankful. So humbled is the word, but I accept this award on behalf of everyone here in Passaic County, but on behalf of everybody on this call, all of the freeholders, all of my fellow administrators, all the professional staff on this call. I think it's a good year for, if we don't take something good out of something bad, then it was just a bad year. So I think that we come out as a stronger organization and a shining light. And to some of the freeholders that I have known over the years, and sorry to see them go, Freeholder Estrada, Freeholder Gardner is here as well. They've been around a long time. They, have played such an integral role in this organization and the growth of this organization. And as being around a long time, I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and this organization is the best that it's ever been. And John, I can't thank you enough for your leadership in bringing this organization to where it is. And to my fellow recipient, John Bonani, who has become a very personal and dear friend. He does a great job. I called him many, many times in low points through the course of this COVID crisis, and sometimes he talked me off the ledge. Sometimes he wanted to push me off the ledge, but either way, he helped me tremendously, and I thank him for that. And to my other administrator, who I don't know if he is on the call today or not, who is retiring at the end of the year, Michael Amorosa from Somerset County, another guy that I have relied on over the years for his sage advice. I wish him all the best in retirement, and thank you again very much for this honor. And now I'm done.
Thank you, Mr. D, and congratulations. And again, I am fortunate enough to work with and have learned so much from county administrators across the state. They really are just an outstanding group in all 21 counties, and I don't think get the credit really that they deserve for being the leaders that they are. So I'm very happy that we established, this award, and that Tony and that you and now John Bonani are the first recipients of this award. And Terry and Abe thought that it was important to have two recipients this year, one from the Republican Party, one from the Democratic Party, even though NJAC is not, I guess, to maintain NJAC's organizational as a nonpartisan, bipartisan group. So, again, just very, very well deserved. And the same with John Bonani, who has been with Morris County, and he's our next recipient since 1990. He worked in human services before or after succeeding Jim Rosenberg, who was just another wonderful and exceptional county administrator in 2004, and is just, like Tony, an outstanding leader who has an uncanny ability to develop and cultivate relationships with both sides of the aisle and at all levels of government. I can tell you, I've seen John work, and I've worked with him on a number of issues where we get into the weeds and the details. I mean, whether it's the county prosecutors back, 15, 20 years, the Transportation Trust Fund. I mean, I can go on and on a number of issues, important issues that we worked on together. John has been able to develop and maintain relationships with folks all across the state, and that it wasn't more evident than it was this year. And he was instrumental in securing CARES Act funding for the 12 counties that did not receive federal CARES Act dollars. And again, if it wasn't for his efforts, those 12 counties would have not received that federal funding. There's no doubt in my mind. So, this was, as Tony said, a long year, and there were times where, John and I spoke 3 or 4 or 5 times a day. I kind of feel like we've broken up, since then, because now we only speak like that many times a week. But again, like Tony, I just rely on John's advice and counsel. And again, like Tony, his heart is always in the right place. So it is, again, a great pleasure for me to present the County Administrator Lifetime Achievement Award to John Bonani.
Thank you, John. I am also very humbled and to receive this award, and certainly to be aligned with Tony is just a great thing. Tony, the county administrators as a group aren't just a bunch of colleagues. We've really turned into a great group of friends, and as Tony said, we rely on each other. And whether that is Tony or Terry or Eve or Kim or Greg or Mike or Abe or Jerry or Brian, Alex, Carl, I mean, we pick up the phone, we talk to each other, and I think that as a group, we're very successful because of each other. And John, I can't thank you enough for your leadership for NJAC. Freeholder Cabana, our longest serving freeholder, and a former NJAC president, taught me a long time ago that NJAC is where the work gets done, because politics is put aside, and that's where we focus on the real issues. And that was the best advice Doug Cabana ever gave me, and that's the most truest thing. And Doug really brought me into this organization, and I thank him very much for that. I also want to congratulate Lisa. I've known her for a very long time, being a former Human Service Director, and Sandra as well, who I do not have the pleasure of knowing. As well as thank my freeholder board, for quite frankly, they allow me to do this job, and I wouldn't be here if it were not for them. Our colleagues are the greatest, because particularly this year, I think we became each other's mental health counselors, as Tony said, and we really have. And oftentimes we become each other's tennis partners, because truly we volley things back and forth, and that's how we move the ball forward. I'm honored to be here today, and I thank you very much. And to come behind, I guess I'll call him Don DeNova, since he's the godfather of county administrators. And also, I know our friend Michael is not here today, and he's getting an award. Mike Amorosa is an amazingly knowledgeable man, with just tremendous integrity. He would always take a call, even though sometimes you never wanted to hear what he had to say, because he was always very direct. But he's a great guy, and he's a good friend, and I miss him. And I told him early this morning that he owes us all a lunch, and so I want to congratulate him as well. So thank you very much. I'm very humbled.
Thank you, John and Tony. And I'll open it up. And there's some very nice comments in the chat, John and Tony, if you'd like to see them, and also Lisa and Sandra too. So if anyone want to say a few words, I think Doug Cabana, I know that you said you wanted to say something.
Yes, John. Thank you, and good morning, everyone. I'm joined here this morning with Sheriff Jim Gannon. And on behalf of the Morris County Board of Chosen Freeholders, I would like to congratulate John on receiving this award. I'm also joined this morning with Freeholder Director Deborah Smith and Deputy Director Steve Shaw, as well as many of our department directors and staff. As John had said earlier, John Bonani began his service with Morris County in 1990, and he's wrapping up 30 years of service. He began at the Department of Human Services. Anyone who knows John knows that he is not someone that seeks out the spotlight. In fact, John does his best work behind the scenes. His two passions are human services and law and public safety, and you'll see throughout the year here, John has risen to the occasion in helping not only the residents of Morris County, but residents all over the state in dealing with this COVID pandemic. John is a lifelong resident of Morris County, hailing from the beautiful town of Boonton, along with myself, Sheriff Gannon, and Senator Tony Bucco. So there's this little group of us that come to serve here at Morris County. A testament to John's professionalism and abilities has been the fact that over the years Trenton has tried to lure him down there, but John has remained very loyal to the residents of Morris County, and we're fortunate and much better for the fact that he's continued his service with us. So on behalf of the board, John, I would like to congratulate you on this award. And Sheriff, if you have anything to add, briefly.
Yeah, John, your leadership is second to none. You're a great guy. You're a great leader. Through this pandemic, I relied on you personally, and you got the job done every time. I can't thank you enough for that, and I thank you on behalf of all the citizens of Morris County. God bless you during this holiday season, and I look forward to 2021 with you, John. Great job. Congratulations.
Great, thanks.
Thank you, gentlemen. Freeholder Lepore or anyone from Passaic County, I believe you, if you'd like to say a few words too about Mr. DeNova.
Thank you, John. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I share office space, so I have to keep this mask on. Well, first of all, congratulations, Anthony, to you. Well-deserved. John, also well-deserved. It's a pleasure. I guess we all have our favorite folks that we work with day to day. And I can't think of a better person to work with and to be in charge of a lot of things when the freeholders are are off doing other things and their jobs and whatnot, to put it in Tony's hands. He's done a phenomenal job in regard to, especially during this time of COVID. We've come to appreciate him more as we have all the employees of all the counties who have stepped up incredibly. Now, those are all the nice things I'm going to say about Anthony. The one thing I'm going to leave him with is it's your turn to buy. Don't try to welch out on it. You're buying next. Thank you.
John, we're recording this, right? So all those nice things he says, we have.
Yes, it's recorded. I promise.
Thank you.
Right. Congratulations to both John and Tony again. And, John and Tony both mentioned Mike Amorosa, who is retiring from Somerset County. And unfortunately, we have an NJAC Special Recognition Award for him, but unfortunately, Mike can't make it today. He is doing much better and should be home sometime this afternoon. But our thoughts and prayers are certainly with him, because he has really touched the lives of so many county administrators and the association, over the years. And honestly, they don't make public servants like Mike Amorosa anymore. I mean, he started as an intern with Somerset County, where he's been a lifelong resident, in 1974, then went to work in the county in 1976 to become appointed county administrator in 2001. And I know, and I wanted to joke with him, and I'm bummed he can't be here. But when I went back and I looked at how long ago 1974 was, I looked at the number one song of the year was "The Way We Were" by Barbra Streisand, which is just a horrendous, depressing song. The number one movie was Blazing Saddles. And then what I thought was really fitting and appropriate, which is a great movie, right? But what I thought was most appropriate was the number one television show in 1974 was All in the Family. And I thought that was appropriate because of Mike's warm and loving, nurturing demeanor. So, and I say that with all love. He really, again, touched the lives of so many of us on this call. Somerset County, won't be the same without him, and he definitely owes us all lunch after this. So I know we'll have some time, and just wanted to give him his due respect. We have a special NJAC Lifetime Achievement Award for Mike Amorosa. So I don't know if anyone would like to say a few words, Tony or John, or I know we have some freeholder Robertson and Levine are on the call as well. If you'd like to say a couple things about Mike.
Thank you, John. This is Chanel Robinson. Mike is an invaluable asset to Somerset County. And as you stated, his long years of service to the county, how he moved up through the ranks. But even as new leadership were being onboarded, he has been nothing but gracious in allowing us an opportunity to be who we are even today. And I just hope that we can continue with the great things that he has done for Somerset County, that we will continue in that vein, those things that work well. So thank you.
Great. Thank you, Freeholder. I appreciate it. And, we'll keep Mike in our thoughts and our prayers. So next up is our NJAC Board of Directors. We have a Lifetime Achievement Award for freeholder Rick Gardner, and we saw a little bit of Rick. I know he's on the line, now. Rick was first elected to the Warren County Freeholder Board in 2003, and he is and I did some homework, he's the longest serving freeholder in Warren County in 100 years. But what I know Rick is most proud about during his tenure as a freeholder, and he's a legend in Warren County, by the way, he is proud of the fact that he is leaving Warren County with the same budget that he inherited nearly 20 years ago. So I know Rick is very, very proud of that. He was president of this organization in 2012, and he was also the Freeholder of the Year in 2014, and really helped, like Tony and John and all the other folks and some of the other folks I'm going to talk about in a little bit, helped to shape this organization and really epitomizes our goal as making sure we represent county with a unified voice. And when I reflect back on my almost 20 years now with the organization, I think back to some of the board meetings that we had in the State House where you had folks of different political ideologies, different political parties, different viewpoints on particular bills, and we all came together for the good of county government and to serve the public. And Rick was a big reason for that. He is a gentleman. He always stands by his convictions, and I can tell you he's one of the reasons that motivates me to do my job, because I know he's doing it for the right thing. And I'm very bummed that in Warren County won't be the same, without him, but I'm happy that he's leaving on his own terms. So it's my pleasure I gave it to you already, the award, but my pleasure to present to Freeholder Rick Gardner with an NJAC Board of Directors Lifetime Achievement Award. So Rick, the floor is yours. All right. I know he's there. There he is. All right. Nope, can't hear you.
Gotta
Yet.
unmute you. Thank God for assistance.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
There we go.
Thanks. Freeholders still need help. Low Tech Rick, I guess that's my new name. Hey, John, wow, this is so awesome. Thank you. First, I want to congratulate all the recipients today of these various awards. It's been my proud honor to serve NJAC for 18 years, and I also want to do a shout out to Anthony and John Bonani, Tony DeNova and John Bonani, two world-class gentlemen, so deserving of their awards today. When I think of NJAC and how we make county government better, it's great. When you walk over the doorstep to the State House, you keep your partisan politics aside and you come together and build consensus for the betterment of county government. And it's really been worthwhile for me to be a part of this great organization. And correct me if I'm wrong, John, I mean, NJAC has been around since the 1920s. And I had the proud privilege and honor to serve as president in 2012. Have there been some bumpy rides along the way? We know that. But NJAC is a much stronger organization today to represent county government and all the issues affecting county government. And I think Marie said it so well in the outset of the meeting, how important county government is in its role to the people. And we're close to the people. We understand what they need. And so I've always been very proud to be a major part of, not a major, but a humble part of this organization. I feel there's a part of me that doesn't want to go, but it's my time and my life. I want to do a few different things, but I will always cherish the moments that I've served on the executive board of directors for NJAC. And I have to say, one of the great things about NJAC, there's no fluff there. It's John and Lauren and Kim and Alan. And what a fantastic job they do to serve county government statewide. It's just remarkable. So, I also want to mention the fact that, no, all freeholders around the state know how important it is to learn from the great department heads that we have in our respective counties. It makes our life much easier, and I think that helps to certainly help me for my longevity here. So I'm really proud of this. I'll always cherish it. So thank you very much, John. And again, the best regards to all recipients. Very Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah. And I welcome 2021 like everybody else does. Thank you sincerely.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Rick. And congratulations again, and best of luck to you. And I hope your cows all stay within the fenced area and they don't escape. I know with you on the watch now, they're in big trouble. They're not going anywhere. So next up is our freeholder of Hall of Fame class of 2020, and we started this in 2019 in honor of Ocean County freeholder John Bartlett, who at the time was the longest serving freeholder, loved being a freeholder, loved his history, and just was a wonderful man. So I thought that it was just important for us to recognize, our elected officials, our freeholders who, dedicated their lives to public service. So we started this in 2019, and the first person that I want to recognize is Angel Estrada, who we should have recognized except for my really horrible math skills in 2019, and I have been apologizing to him ever since. But he is a good man, and I know that he has forgiven me. Like Rick, really, Angel Estrada helped shape this organization because of the manner and the class and the dignity in which he always carried himself. And the thing that I always admired about Angel Estrada is the fact that you always knew where he stood. He would allow you to make your point, he would listen and he would process it, but you always knew where Angel stood. And he has just had a remarkable life journey, immigrating from Cuba nearly 60 years ago to the United States, and just rose to be one of the most influential leaders in Union County over the past 20 years or so. So I have to be honest, to see Rick and Angel and Mike Amorosa leave county government is difficult, but I can tell you that the work that they've done and the influence they had will endure for a generation. So Angel Estrada, it's a pleasure to present a long overdue from 2019 Freeholder Hall of Fame. So Freeholder Estrada, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, John. First of all, I want to thank everyone. I want to start by our president, Marie Hayes, and going on to you, to Kim, to Lauren, and the rest of the crew in the office, and of course to all the recipients: Arifa Yancey, Lisa Cerny, Sandra Mueller, Tony DeNova, which I have enjoyed working with for so many years, and also Rick Gardner, John Binati, individuals who have been part of this organization for a long time. One of the things that I have learned over the years is that county government, whether it's recognized by so many other individuals, it's so critical, and we have learned that during this pandemic. One of the things that I have to start also saying is that I know that Angela Garrettson, who is a representative for Union County, is present, and I appreciate what Angela does in behalf of not only Union County, but the residents of the state of New Jersey, as well as our chairman, Al Mirabella, who I believe may be on, as well as I know that Amy Wagner, the deputy county manager, had to leave because we have some lighting of a menorah in Phil Rizzuto Park in Elizabeth. And all the county families that not only stay within the borders of the county, but also beyond. I must say, and to be short, this has been a very challenging year, a year that we've had to change things in a hydro speed.
And hopefully that we have learned that we still have a lot of work to do in order to make our services accessible to people more quicker and often. I think that is so critical that the county government continues to improve internally. And this is not being critical of the things that county government has done over the years, but rather to recognize the contribution of so many. And over the years, there's no doubt that what I believe is not necessarily all true. I believe that, but when it comes to NJAC, we've always had an opportunity to hash these things out. For example, with Cabana, which I've known since I started as a freeholder, and also for Rick Gardner, who I have shared many, many meetings with and brainstorming sessions. I know that number one, we all care for the betterment of the citizens of our state, regardless of any affiliations or anything else. So what I'm hoping and believe that it can happen is that we can have a greater equity throughout the state of New Jersey. And I know that all of us strive on a daily basis to ensure that we reach that equity. Now, I know that we're looking at a change of names coming next year. I haven't heard anybody mention the fact that we'll become county commissioners. But in essence, it's a transition that I think is critical that takes place in our state. And by no means am I an individual who believes that history does not play a role, because I myself, my degree is in history. But in the same token, we must become cognizant of the realities that our communities face on a daily basis. So without that being said, thanks to everybody. I know my Union County family is on. There's a few people still on, and I appreciate that very much. I know I'm seeing a message from Al Marabella, our chair. At the same time, we need to also come together to ensure that we have an equitable and better state for our residents. And that's very important. Thank you very much, John, and everyone else. Have a great day. Enjoy your holidays. Whichever one you celebrate, enjoy it and be safe more than anything else, because this pandemic is not going to go away in January 1. This is an ongoing situation that will remain for the rest of probably either 3/4 of next year or the whole 2021. Thank you very much for this recognition. I appreciate it very, very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder Estrada. I appreciate those your words. And don't go anywhere, Union County or Warren County folks. I'm going to open it up after we present our next awards. You're welcome to say a couple of words about those three recipients before we present our Maurice Fitzgibbons Freeholder of the Year award. So our next recipient of the Freeholder Hall of Fame is Salem County Freeholder Lee Ware, who is also serving in his 20th year as freeholder. He is a retired educator of 28 years. And like Rick Garner, he is also a legend in Salem County. He is a Hall of Fame baseball coach. He's in the Rowan Hall of Fame, the Salem County Hall of Fame, the South Jersey Baseball Hall of Fame. He was twice named the South Jersey Coach of the Year, and remains, after 20 years of service, an active member of the Salem County Board of Chosen Freeholders, serving as director of 6 of those years. So it is my pleasure to present the Freeholder Hall of Fame Class of 2020 award to Salem County Freeholder Lee Ware. And Freeholder, the floor is yours. You're welcome to say a few words.
Can you hear us, John?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, John. Thank you, John. I want to thank you and NJAC for all you guys do on a daily basis. You guys are the greatest for this prestigious award. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank my longtime buddy here, Charlie Hassler. Freeholder Hassler has been an outstanding freeholder, and no one has ever worked harder than him in my 21 years as a freeholder. And we've been a longtime friend, and Charlie is going to be leaving us. We're going to miss him, but he is going to be right next to the phone, believe me. And I would like to congratulate all the honorees today. Being a public servant is all about giving back to the community, impacting people's lives, and no greater feeling as a freeholder is when you get a phone call from somebody, there's a strong situation, and you can help them out to better their lives that day. So we're all in this together as a public servant. And it's been my honor. I'm known more as a people person than a political person. This team around me is just great. And I want to thank my deputy administrator here for sharing her office with us. Around the county, John, I'm known as Low Tech Leroy. This is my maiden voyage today. This is my first time on Zoom. So they're probably somebody's going to chip together and give me a laptop. So Charlie says, I'm going to come out to your house today and bring a laptop. I don't think I got a crazy dog I got to put away and everything. I know your computer's 20 years old, which hasn't been started in a while. So that's why Stacy and we have CFO here and the person. So we have an outstanding team here in Salem County. And it's been my honor to serve for 21 years. My father and myself and my brother, we have served the people of this great county for over 50 consecutive years. So it's an honor to give back. And I still got fire in my belly. My body's broke, shot. Just came out of the hospital. I had a gallbladder removed about a week ago. So, I couldn't be happy with the team we have here today. And finally, I'd like to wish everybody a safe and happy holiday. And 2001, as the old coach would say, is going to be a better year. Thanks again, John. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir, and congratulations. And I could feel that fire in your belly. And you are definitely a people person. And I hope to see you soon. And would encourage everyone, if you haven't been to, it's worth a trip to the Cowtown Rodeo in Salem County. I've been there a couple times, and I love it. And that's coming from a North Jersey guy. So I know that freeholder John Young would like to say a few words, but I'd also like to open it up for anyone who would like to say something about Rick Gardner or Angel Estrada as well. So freeholder Young, since I saw your hand up, the floor is yours.
I was clapping for the award, but I will say a couple.
Lost you, John.
You guys have did freeholder. You did a really, really good job down there in Salem County down there. And one thing I can say is I'm going to miss the old Overbrook, Woodstown baseball games down there. And, I was there, and I think we talked about this before. I was there when you had that great that run down there. So, but congratulations to all. Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, and have a good holidays. I just really was not.
Now you got to mute yourself before you start. All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, John.
Yes, sir. Hey, Charlie.
It's Charlie again. I just want to say a few words just about Lee. I came on this board. I've known him for years and years and years. The only thing I didn't do was work on his farm. I worked on many other ones in Salem County, but not his. But, he served a lot of people on this board as a mentor. I'm a person personally that I want to know how we got here. And I just go to Lee and he explains how we got to where we are in the county. And it's been a great thing, not just a personal friend, but he's been great for Salem County. And that's his first passion. As you said, his father and brother were both freeholders, and they've consecutive wearers on the board for over 50 years in this county. I don't know how many people can say that, how many families can say that. And he's been just a tremendous asset to all of us. He is here. He did have surgery, so he's here with his friend Pat. She had to bring him. She's the chauffeur for Lee right now also. And I'm glad you did that. Thank you, Pat. And I think this guy is in more Hall of Fames than Willie Mays, I think. Every time you turn around, he's being inducted somewhere else, but all well-deserved. And I think, I'm not sure, I think our freeholder director, Ben Laurie, is on. And Ben, I'll turn it over to you, if you'd like. Maybe he isn't. Maybe he had to go. But thank you, John.
Yeah, and thank you too, Charlie. Thank you too for your service and your involvement with NJAC this past year. I've really enjoyed getting a chance to know you, and you were an outstanding, public servant. And I know that our paths will certainly cross again. And if there's no other comments from anyone else, I just want to again, there we go. How are you, Al? Good to see you.
Great. Thank you very much. I couldn't let a minute pass, John, and let me thank you for your leadership at NJAC for all these years. You certainly every year make this a stronger organization for all of us in the county. Congratulations to all the recipients. And I couldn't let this moment pass without mentioning my longtime colleague. We spent over 20 years together on the Freeholder Board, Angel Estrada, and he and his wife Terry relocated out of Union County. And Angel was always known for his love of the county and government, sticking up for the everyday person in our county. But he's also known for the love of his family. And we just, I'm not surprised that he wanted to be close to his kids and his family. And I will miss him. I already miss him as a colleague, and I miss him, his friendship. But we're able to keep in touch, thankfully. But, well deserved to Freeholder Estrada. Served as chairman of the board in Union County and vice chairman most recently upon his retirement. And I only wish him well moving forward. We were able to gather a little bit to have a little dinner and see him off. And John, I'm thankful you were able to be present for that. But this is well deserved. And Angel, I only wish you the best of everything in the future. And thanks for your many, many years of significant contributions in Union County. And you left it better than you found it. And we appreciate you. Thank you, John. Happy holidays.
I want to congratulate all the honorees, but most importantly, Freeholder Angel Estrada, who comes from Elizabeth, where I come from. And I know when I became a member of the Freeholder Board, everybody spoke about Freeholder Angel Estrada. He's the person to go to in Elizabeth. He helps run the county. And to me, he's someone who no person could ever fill his shoes, but somebody who continues even after retirement in leading the county, and so many residents still reaching out, wanting to talk to Freeholder Estrada. And that just continues to show his leadership, his caringness, and his ability to be a true influencer within our county. So for that, we thank you very much for your leadership, for your hard work, and your continuing lasting legacy here in the County of Union. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it. I can't see if anyone else has their hand up, so I'll just give it a moment if anyone wants to say, anything else. If not, again, congratulations to everyone so far, and we will move into our last category, and that is the Maurice Fitzgibbons Freeholder of the Year Award. We named it after longtime freeholder Maurice Fitzgibbons. I don't know if anyone or how many of you remember Maurice, but Maurice was just a wonderful gentleman who loved being a freeholder, who loved being a servant, a public servant, and loved NJAC. So we thought it was fitting to name the award after him because of the enthusiasm that he always brought to NJAC board meetings. And I see Angel and Rick shaking their head because they remember, what a terrific and charismatic person that he was, and he's still missed to really to this day. And really the recipient this year, to me, embodies the spirit of the award because he is a tireless champion for the residents of Camden County, for county government, and South Jersey. He has really just been a champion for Camden County through his leadership as president of the South Jersey Freeholders Association. And I can tell you, most notably for NJAC, his work on the state's continued diversion of the 911 fees. he has really risen to the occasion and stepped up. He's testified in committee over the past couple of years, spoken at press conferences, written op-ed pieces that have really helped to get our voice heard. I believe we were going to see some changes this year prior to COVID being hit on the state continuing with its diversion. And that is because of the strong leadership and his voice. And of course, Monmouth County Sheriff Sean Golden and John were really two of the leaders on this particular issue. John is to me, and we've gotten to know each other over the past couple of years, and he is just a fierce advocate. He is, to me, an exceptional strategist, and just conducts himself like all of the folks that are receiving awards today with a class and a dignity. And for me, I am grateful that we have become more than colleagues and board members. He is I consider him a good friend and rely on him like I do the other folks for his advice and counsel. And it's just been a pleasure, John, to get to know you, and it's even a greater pleasure to present you this Maurice Fitzgibbons Freeholder of the Year. And John, I know how important this was to you. You were the last recipient of the Freeholder of the Year award, but again, I know the commissioner name change was so important to you, so we made sure that we put commissioner on the plaque for you.
I do appreciate that. Thank you, John. I certainly do appreciate it. And I would like to say to all my other fellow commissioners that are on the call, hello, and thank you continuously for what you do for county government as well. And John and Marie, I just thank you for your leadership. You two have been truly, truly friends. We've gotten to know each other really, really well through the Freeholders Association and through NJAC. And John, I just want to tell you that, without your staff and your leadership, our platform would not be heard. So it's such a very, very important function NJAC has, because they are truly our go-to, or they're our in-between between us and government. And we're going into government as one voice. And John, you're leading that one voice, and we do appreciate all that you do for us. Crazy times here in 2020. We've really come into some really strange times. There was one thing that I'm really, really missing is my box lunch, John. The box lunches was really a big thing for our conferences. So at least we could have, sent the box lunch to everybody. And, we'll think about that if we have to go virtual next year. But I really, really do mean that. And to my other honorees of the day, congratulations. Well-deserved, great words. And you can see the support from your county and from this organization towards you. I will be remiss to not thank my colleagues on the board, our director, Lou Capelli, and our assistant director, Ed McDonald, who I believe is on the call. Dominic Vesper's on the call. One of our deputy county administrators is on the call as well. Camden County Friends. These are the folks, our commissioners on our board. I like to thank them for showing me the way how to properly govern. Those guys there, they know how to do it. I've never been more proud to serve on a board that cares so much about their constituents. And it's because of them is they allow me to be able to govern and do the things that I need to do. So it's because of them that I'm able to stand here today. And of course, one more thank you. I want to give a good shout out to our NJ19 family because they are the ones who also were a big push in helping us change that name from freeholder to commissioner. So I do want to thank those NJ19 folks who are on the call right now. Some of the things that this being a freeholder has allowed me to use a platform to really take care of our residents, and something that was really near and dear to me this past pandemic. It really came to light was food insecurity, and we were able to really try to help people get fed every single week, and we're still doing it. Even though everything started to settle down, we got a shot from the USDA that they didn't want to give us any more food. We found another way to make sure that we were able to keep our small pantries filled and make sure that people have an option of healthy eating each week. So that was something that was really, really near and dear to my heart. Public safety and 911 funding, John, you're exactly right. I'm really hoping that this year we really see something on this. I have the responsibility in our county for public safety, and I believe 911 funding is going to be huge for us. So for everyone that's on the call here, get with your legislators and let them know that, we need that funding. Our infrastructure on 911 is crumbling. And I hate to say it, and I hate to always be bearer of bad news when we talk about this, but we are one catastrophe away from that system crashing. And it needs to be funded, and they need to make sure that we are able to allow that money. Listen, they're taking our money from us, from the counties, and giving it to the state. So it's only right for them to give it back. That's what the law says, not what we're saying. That's what the mandate was, and that's what it was about. So listen, I'm not going to take too much of our time. It's been real, and I am so very, very humbled by having this award today. So happy holidays to all, and be safe. Wash your hands, wear your mask, and keep your distance. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, John, and congratulations again, my friend. We have a special presentation. I hope he's on. I'm having a hard time seeing. My glasses are fogging up today for some reason. Assemblyman Bill Moan wanted to say a few words for you, and has a special presentation.
Thanks, John. And let me begin by just saying happy holidays to everyone. Thanks, President Hayes, and of course, John, for the opportunity to join you today. When I heard the news that John Young was receiving this honor, I felt so happy for him. And he was one of the first running mates that I had when I first ran for office as a county freeholder in 2015. And we served on the freeholder board together from 2016 through 2019. And we became close friends, and we remained close friends since those days. And while it's true that I'm not technically his state assemblyman, he is still my county commissioner. And so, and I should say, but more importantly, he's a dear friend of mine. And so with that said, I just wanted to help commemorate this occasion. And I had asked the additional members of the Camden County Legislative Delegation to join me in presenting this proclamation, this resolution on behalf of the New Jersey Legislature to Commissioner John Young for this occasion. And I would just like to read a small part of the resolution. Whereas with all the spheres of his life and work, freeholder Jonathan Young has established a model to emulate and set a standard towards which others might strive. And whereas it is altogether proper and fitting for this legislature to recognize freeholder Jonathan L. Young Sr. and to praise him as a man of strong character and uncommon determination. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey that this legislature hereby commends freeholder Young, pays tribute to his meritorious record of service, leadership, and devotion as exemplified by the Maurice Fitzgibbons Freeholder of the Year Award, and extends sincere best wishes for his continued success in all future endeavors. Congratulations, John, and again, happy holidays, everyone. Thank you to John Donadio and President Hayes.
Right. Thank you, Assemblyman. It's good to see you as well. It's been a while. I know that Kim Wood, Cumberland County Administrator, has her hand raised. So hello there, Kim.
I do, and good morning. I wanted to first off congratulate all of the recipients this year. It's been a tough one, and we're all pretty resilient people, and you all have just led the way for us, and we have a lot to learn from you. But I just wanted to say I have many fond memories of freeholder Maurice Fitzgibbons, and he would love to come to Cumberland County. He thought, what a great place to visit, and he would always bring bread from Hoboken, and we had such a great time with Maurice. But I will always remember that Maurice presented me with my County Service Award from the New Jersey Association of Counties, and I know that he is smiling down today on all of us, but particularly you, John, because he wouldn't have been prouder. And it is very fitting that you should receive this award. And I just want you to know that it's been an honor to work with you, and we will continue to work together. But I just wanted you to know, I know Marie, he was a good friend, and he would be just so pleased for you to be able to receive the award today. So congratulations and happy holidays to everybody. And thanks for the minute to say hello.
Thank you, Kim. Does anyone else have anything that they'd like to add?
John?
Mr. Anton.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to wish the very best to the recipients and my colleagues, Anthony DeNova, John Benani, and Mike Amoroso. I mean, they've been, throughout the years and continue to be a great resource to NJAC. And I know for me personally, because I always ask them for advice, and they've always been there to support county government and all our efforts. So I congratulate them, and also best wishes to Freeholder Estrada. He was one of the first individuals that I got to become friends with when I first joined NJAC several years ago. So again, best wishes to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anton. I appreciate it. Listen, Abe, thank you too for your leadership over the years as president of the County Administrators Association. I appreciate your leadership and your mentorship as well. Are there any other, and I'll be honest, I'm having a hard time with the clapping or the hand raising in the chat box. So if anyone else wants to say a few words, you are welcome to jump in the next minute or two before we end. And then we're not officially going in. We have to move into an NJAC Board of Directors meeting. So those of you who are not board members are welcome to stay on, but we might be another 30 minutes or 45 minutes or so, but you're welcome to stay on. So,
Hey, John.
yes, sir. Hey, what's up, sir?
How are you? This is Ed McDonald, Camden County. As you can tell by my attire, I was not expecting to have the opportunity to speak today. But I just want to, on behalf of my colleague, John Young, I just wanted to say he is just a spectacular person. I mean, I was really involved actually with getting John involved in politics in the first place when we appointed him to a board in Camden County. And he's gone on to become, as you know now, because you've worked with him, an extraordinary public servant. But I just wanted to add, a lot of nice things already been said about John, but I just want to add something that I think says it all about the kind of human being that John is. We have been working on food insecurity in Camden County ever since this whole COVID thing began. And thanks to John Young, who was the person behind all of it, we have addressed food insecurity in Camden County in tremendous ways for so many thousands of people. And John Young didn't just arrange it all so that we could distribute food to people with cars lined up miles as we distributed the food. But John not only arranged that, but virtually every single food distribution event that we have had since April, which are once a week, John Young didn't just arrange it. He was there loading the food into the backs of people's cars and worked every single event. I think he may have missed one because of another commitment. So John Young, when you talk about him as the kind of public servant he is, I think what's more important is the kind of man that he is. And I think his work on that food distribution and his personal commitment and giving of his own time and energy says, I think, all there is to say about John. So I congratulate him on this award. And John, I have to end by saying what you have done for NJAC is just unbelievable. Compared to where we were years ago, it is now the most vital and important organization, I think, in the state. and what you've done for county governments has been extraordinary. So thank you for your service as well.
And I'll mail you that 100.
Listen, I'll throw in 100 too as well for those kind words. Thank you, Freeholder. That means a lot, and it's great to see you. And really, you couldn't have summed it up better for how we feel about, and I feel about John Young as well. So it's great to see you. If there's no other comments from anyone,
Dorella, could I say one
hey
real quick thing?
Joe, how are you, sir?
Yeah, real quick.
Yes,
Real
sir.
quick, I just want to say congratulations to all of the recipients, but I really want to make a comment about my dear friend, John Young. First, between you and John Donadio, we do have the best haircuts going. And number two, you, John Young, have set the standard for the rest of us out here as county commissioners to follow. And I just want to say thank you for that, and thanks for being my friend.
Hey, Mr. Levine, how are you, Freeholder?
Good. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Good.
Okay?
Good to see you. Yep.
Okay, I had trouble with my audio earlier. Thanks a lot, John. I'm a freeholder in Somerset County, and congratulations to everyone who works hard over the years, of course. You, John, for being what you do. You brought this organization, I hope people know, from the brinks of the grave to the flourishing organization it is. And a special thanks to one of the award recipients, my county administrator, Mike Amorosa, who is retiring after virtually his whole career in the county, starting as an engineer, going through. And what he did over the last 30 years as an engineer and then a county administrator is really mold the county, everything from how we approach things, the fairness, I like to think we use, the fiscal responsibility, and bringing the culture along too. And I am missing him personally and professionally, though I'm not going to be around next year either, and he's not. But it's is one of those people where the influence is felt literally for years or decades to come. I know that's cliche, but it really is, because he did help mold us. So thanks a lot, and I'll continue to be, I'll sneak in the back door of the organization even when I'm not a freeholder.
You're always welcome. Thank you, Freeholder. I'll give another, maybe we can do one or two more comments if anyone would like to make them, and then we've got to move into our board meeting. All right, I think we are good. So again, everyone is welcome to stay on for our board meeting, and I'm going to call back on President Marie Hayes to lead us in our board meeting. I think, you can officially call it the meeting to order, but you know what, Marie, and as I'm waiting for you to jump back on, I think we're going to forego doing an official roll call because in the essence of time, because it's 11:30, and we can just capture whoever was on this through the Zoom, because we've got a lot we have to cover on this board meeting, and hopefully we can finish up by 12 o'clock. So with that,
I will call our board meeting to order. And first, I would like to call on our Secretary Treasurer, Joe Dorella, to bring forth our minute meetings and financials, please.
Thank you, Marie. John, would it be okay for me to group some of these things together on the essence of time?
you know what, me and Marie and I talked about that. I think so. I think we're going to have a conversation on one or two of the items, but you can group them all together since it's under your report.
I think we could definitely group the approval of the meeting minutes and the financials from November through November 30th. I mean, I think they're both very cut and dry in regards to what's there. We've all had a chance to review the minutes. If there are any changes, please let us know now, or type them in and send them to John's attention. And if there are any questions on the balance sheet that we all received several days ago, please let us know now. If not, I would like to entertain a motion, Madam President, in regards to the submission of the September meeting minutes, as well as our November 30th, 2020 financials.
Could I ask for a motion? Yeah,
So
Don,
moved.
Second.
and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Hey,
Okay, Joe, you can move on.
Yep. Looking for the approval of our 2019 audit. We did receive a opportunity to review that. I believe, John, I don't think there was any issues or any concerns that anyone should be worried about. Again, another very clean audit in regards to our financials. So if there are no questions or concerns or corrections, I would also entertain a motion to approve the audit for 2019.
Motion,
I'll move it.
second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce a resolution in regards to the annual county dues for 2021. Prior to us taking this to motion, John, I'm not sure, I'd like to go into a brief detail on what was discussed through the Finance Committee in the direction of trying to increase dues, I think, for the first time in many years.
Yeah, thank you, Freeholder. I mean, I think it's important that, we provide some context to where we are with the county dues. Over the past 10, 11 years, we've kept the dues at either no increase or a 2% increase. And because we had to cancel our annual conference in May, which makes up 35% of our budget, we were kind of forced into a situation to make some significant cuts to the budget. So I'm kind of tying in the budget to the county dues increase because it's certainly related. And on the expense side, I can tell you that we cut probably $75,000 from our budget in operating expenses, and which started from us moving, offices, which kind of cut our rent in half as it worked in our favor that the lease, our lease was up. We no longer retain a general counsel. Sorry about that. We let go of our per diem staff and just made a number of other cuts to our expenses to address the 35% in revenue losses for our conference. We held some virtual workshops this year. We did enter into an agreement with Cash Fest, which I'll talk a little bit about later, in a partnership with the National Association of Counties. But part of the equation to keep us, the organization, financially viable and not having to let go the full-time staff, because there really is only four of us, we had to raise dues by 25% this year. So it sounds like it's a significant increase. It wasn't easy for me to present that to the Finance Committee because we've kept it again steady at 0 and 2% this year. It amounts to about a $1,000 to $4,000 increase depending on the size of your county. That's how forever our county has allocated the dues. But I'll be candid with you. If we can't, I put in our budget that we will have an annual conference, and we'll talk about that later. I think we're going to reschedule that to October. I can't see a May in-person conference working based on some of the meetings and intelligence that we're getting from the administration and how the vaccine rollout and a number of other factors. But if we don't have the increase in the county dues, we're going to have to let someone on staff go. I mean, and that's just the reality of it. And that's after, the significant cuts that we've made. We've been trying over the years to get away from relying so heavily on the conference, and we've done that by, managing other associations and getting involved in other programs with the National Association of Counties. But 35% is a significant hit, and we were able to do it for the 1 year because we've built up a surplus over the past 7, 8, 9 years. But to have for us to not have a conference in 2021 would be really financially devastating for the association. So even in the budget, I allocated a third in revenue of what we normally get, because again, even if we hold in October, just don't know what 2021 in-conference events in in Atlantic City will look like. So I know that there was a lot there, and I rambled on a little bit for too long, but I just wanted to give you some context into why we're proposing to increase the dues as to where we are.
And I'll quickly add, with our discussion in finance with the other members, at this critical time, John and his staff have worked overtime in regards to providing us with information, taking our concerns directly to the governor's office and to key legislators, which has been paramount, especially the 12 counties that did not get CARES funding federally. So again, they have been invaluable, and I believe going forward with the rollouts and things that are going to occur with vaccines and other things that we have never seen before, John's role and his team from NJAC are going to be pivotal for us as county to continue to have a voice at the table. So again, I'll make a motion to accept these increases in dues.
Can I have a motion?
Lost everybody.
No, I think you need a second, Marie, and then a discussion.
Okay.
I'll second it. Say County will second.
Thank you, Tony. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
And I believe the last 1.5 years is our annual budget for 2021. That resolution and the backup was provided to us several days ago. We had a chance to look at it. You can see that there, as John said earlier in his comments about dues, there is a reduction year over year in regards to his annual budget. So again, if I'd like to put this resolution on the floor and ask for a motion.
So moved, Union County.
Second,
Say County will second.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, I'd like to call on Angela Garrettson of our nomination committee.
Yes, our committee met and we would like to move the executive committee for 2021. Or we would like to have a motion to move the executive committee for 2021.
Can I have a motion?
So moved, Morris.
Second,
Say County will second.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, we'll move on to the president's report. I actually have 2 resolutions to move. Our reorganization meeting for 2021 and our board of directors schedule for 2021. Can I have a motion?
So moved, Union County.
Can I have a second?
Second, Cullinan.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Next, we'll move on to the executive director's report.
John, unmute.
There we go. Sorry about that. So I would like to, I guess when I'm done with the report, we'll need a motion and a second and approval. I'd like to move NJAC's conference to October of 2021. We did sign an agreement with Caesars, but they're willing to amend it to move so we can host it in October. I'm very concerned about having an event in May, and I want to make sure that we locked up a convention space before some of these other groups that are holding conferences during the same time decide to make the change as well, because we ran into that a little bit challenge last year. So I think we'd like to move forward, certainly with the conference. It'll look a little bit different. I don't know if we can do the cook-off challenge that earlier in the year, if we even want to, and we could probably get back to a more normal conference in 2022. So for me, I think it's important. We have to financially have the annual conference, but I think October is a much better place for that. So I'll stop there, and then there's a couple other things I need to talk about. But any thoughts or suggestions on that from the board? Okay.
John, it's a wise decision.
Okay. Okay. Very, very good. Thank you. I don't think we need an official vote. I can move forward and take care of it with Caesars. The other thing, and I sent an email last night, and I'd be happy to meet with you and the Cash Fest folks. This is the program that we've entered into with the National Association of Counties that I think can generate a significant amount of revenue for the association while providing cost savings to county governments at no cost. This organization will come in and look at your banking relationships and other financial instruments and make recommendations on where you can save taxpayer dollars. They will not charge this was important, very important to me and Marie as well. We had several conversations with the Cash Fest and the National Association of Counties. They will not charge the county a fee and they will not bill you until they can demonstrate that there is a one-to-one cost saving in relationship to the annual fee. If they can't prove that, then you get to keep the data and we move on. So that was critically important, but they found tremendous success in New York and Pennsylvania and 8 or 9 other states, and it's a growing partnership with the National Association of Counties. So I thought it was important for us as we try to diversify our revenue and partner with a legitimate partner in the National Association of Counties that has really the same mission that we do moving forward. So please let me know if you're interested. I'd be happy to set up a video conference with you, your finance officers, administrators, and the Cash Fest people. They do a really good job, and they are all former public officials. Lastly, on my report, I would like to, again, since we're moving our conference to October, do a series of virtual workshops like we did in the fall. They generated about $25,000 for the association in sponsorship and registration. Very little cost. Angela Wolf, who is managing this call for us, did a fantastic job and is really the only IT person. I say this all the time, doesn't give me chest pains. So she does a terrific job and everything just runs very, very smoothly. So we had very little expenses, and it's just I think a good way to keep in touch with our members, to educate our folks. All the courses were approved for continuing education credits. It also presents us with a different way to generate revenue. We might partner with some other organizations as well, but we'll make sure we take care of all the planning for that over the next couple of weeks. So that is all that I have for my report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions from the board if you have any. All right, great.
Okay, we're going to move on to our COVID challenges. This can be a general discussion. I think that we have seen plenty of challenges this year, and the board, of course, is not going to be immune coming into the new year. I can say a big thank you to John for getting people together to talk about the vaccine distribution. I can tell you that when I was on the call, I didn't realize the challenges that we're going to endure. And John has put together, a great letter that went to the governor's office with our concerns about it after our meeting. So I'm going to open it up for general discussion as to anyone that wants to talk first about the vaccine distribution.
Oh, it's Eve Cullinan from Burlington County. I don't think we have enough time to talk about that, but I think it's been great that John's been able to facilitate communication amongst the counties, so we can, I don't say commiserate, but compare notes. As far as there's a call, obviously at noon, we're planning to move forward with the vaccine. We're just waiting to hear about the mega site, but we'll just wait and see. I think this is going to be an ongoing conversation that hopefully John will facilitate for us as the county administrators continue to meet regularly with John.
Yeah, thank you, Eve. You know what? I certainly plan to do that, especially after yesterday's call, which seemed an awful, which I guess we appreciate, but seemed an awful lot like the video conference that we had the week before, and didn't necessarily address all of the issues that we put together in the letter that we sent to the governor and the commissioner of health, and all the above. That really was a collaboration of our health officers, our emergency management coordinators, purchasing officials, should have included the finance officers as well, and will after the fact. But I think that has to be, you're right, Eve, a standing, maybe every other week call with the administrators and health officers and all the stakeholders that we meet. Because I don't know if we're going to get the communication that we're asking for, and the communication being a real conversation with the administration, as opposed to being dictated to what they plan to do and what they expect us to do. I think we're looking for more of a kind of a brainstorming session, and where we can share our thoughts and ideas and resources. So I will certainly initiate that, because it's we've got a lot to discuss, and limit it to just county folks, so we can present that to the powers that be in the administration accordingly.
John, could I make a comment?
Yes, sir. Of course.
I think also we really need to think about finances too, as it relates to the budget, because if we do have to budget some money for vaccinations, and I'm sure we all will, and then there is some federal money that comes down, I kind of want to make sure we all avoid a Department of Justice supplanting issue. And I think that the Division of Local Government Services needs to guide us through that process.
Okay. Agreed, John, 100%. So, I don't know. We don't have to go through them. We've been on a number of calls. So if there's not anything else, Marie, we can, move on. If there's nothing on the vaccine or the testing centers, the one point that I and as we were going through the call yesterday, and I was retexting to Mike Delamater about the insurance piece of it, is that there's still issues with the vault and the insurance billing on the testing side of it. And I don't think that the commissioner or they process the fact that the counties don't have the ability to bill for insurance, which would be the same issue, even though it's vaccine separate, but it's the same issue on the vaccination side of it as well. If the counties don't enter into with some type of third party provider, which should really be at the lead, the state should take the lead on that to help with the billing piece of it. So we've got to make sure we continue to drive that, point home. And I don't know, John Benatti, if you have anything to add. I know you had said that it might be resolving itself with Vault and their ability to bill for insurance.
Well, I know Eve and I and our OEM guys have had conversations this week. I think they're moving towards a resolution, but like anything else, it's pretty slow.
Right.
John, I think it's important, the telephone calls or the video, calls. I think that's really important, because after that call, I had a lot of questions, and I just think it's, one concerted voice and you moving things forward is really important.
Yeah, great. Thank you. I agree, Marie, and thank you.
Okay. Do we want
John,
to?
I have to jump off. I have a personnel issue that has come up, but I didn't want to leave without saying to Marie, congratulations on what was a very difficult year. I think it was a Peter Palmer or maybe even Doug Cabana maybe had a worse year as president when we were going through the transition. I forget whether it was Doug or Peter.
It was Peter. Yeah, it was Peter.
It was Peter.
Yeah, so maybe only second only to that year, Marie, but you did a great job, and congratulations, and thank you for all of your work on behalf of NJAC this year.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Thank you all very much.
Thanks, Mr. D.
Bye, Tony.
John, do we want to go through the other areas one by one, or just a general?
No, I don't think so. Everyone's well aware of the issue. The only one that I will bring up in the State House News report, because I know we all have to jump on most of us have to jump on a 12 o'clock call with the administration, is the pension contributions. If you didn't get a chance to take a look at last week's edition of State House News, county governments received and municipal governments received double-digit increases in their pension payments. And that's despite the fact that we've met our obligations as employers. We've talked about this, before. NJ Spotlight did a terrific article on the issue. I think it was on Wednesday of this week. And I believe the Senate, we had meetings with the Senate president already. He plans on introducing legislation that will authorize or separate the local portion of PERS from the state portion of PERS, like was the case with the PFRS, which is the Police and Firemen's Retirement System, back in 2018. So I haven't seen the bill yet. They're still working on it. They're going to ask for our input. We have a 2:00 meeting. Abe and Terry will be on that call from the County Administrators Group with the League of Municipalities and finance officers and a host of other stakeholders to really develop a strategy, in part of which will require hiring an actuary to look at our contention that the state is using property taxpayer dollars to subsidize its mismanagement and underfunding of the pension system. So we can say that, we see what's going on, but we want an actuary to say, this is exactly what's happening. This is how they are doing it. So we'll make sure to keep the board posted. It'll probably involve some resolutions from the county, some outreach to your legislative delegation. It's going to be a big fight for us to get it across the finish line, but we certainly have some traction on the issue right now.
Okay, thank you, John.
Yep.
Do we have any old business? Anyone want to bring up old business? Any new business? Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved, Morris.
About a second?
Second, Union County.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make a note that our next meeting will be January 29th. So make sure you mark the dates on your calendar. And I would just like to say to everybody, happy holidays, stay healthy, and it has truly been a pleasure.